I feel the ache of the cold winter air, but I know the cold is looking for somewhere to feel warm, to feel love, a place to feel good, to be understood. I have come to befriend the cold winter air. I feel also the ache of unrequited love, and the painful design of feeling. I throw all of my burning love toward your way. It just slips through your clumsy hands and gets thrown away. I have come to befriend unrequited love. You'll never find someone like me to relate to, who sees you'll never find a boy who will love desperately, and that's my greatest flaw next to all this silence. And I might better shut my mouth, for despite all of this, I've got a couple of loyal friends until the very end. Cold winter air and unrequited love are here to hold and to hug. Cold winter air and unrequited love are pumping through me like a drug. I know them more than anybody, and I love them more than anybody. I know them more than anybody, and I love them more than anybody. Cold winter air and unrequited love, I've always stood out like a foreign space boy, too unusual to have affection return. Cold winter air and unrequited love. Oh, and how my friends are lonesome too, a one and only lonely that aches and burns. Yeah, maybe I don't deserve the affection, but I've earned the aches and burns, the aches and burns, the aches and burns, the aches and burns, the aches and burns. And it's a pain that you learn to love. It's a pain that you learn to love. 'Cause you're too bummed by some folks, as they say, but I know it's myself cutting me down. We fear somebody else slicing up our vulnerable flesh, but it's our own anxieties and selves that are bleeding us. Lucky I found a bed of moss and a pillow of leaves to flee and express my affection. I found my lost self in the lost woods, lost there, camped out for a few days. Perhaps I was hunting for a new, less poisoned approach to falling in love. No feeling for thinking about me in the terrific cold, retreated from this illusion that's keeping them away, simply by keeping on walking away. And I was well distant, and if somebody reads this and they actually won't read it, well, they won't get it. I don't, at least, but then again, I don't matter. I'm only gonna freeze for a few shivery days more before I ain't gonna freeze no more. Similarly to everybody, I'm being punished for my past life, 'cause I've brought great shame to everybody who barely knows my name. I can barely speak, plagued by repulsiveness, neglected for silence, and deserving of all the lonesomeness that lingers. And that means I am free. Most of you folks got somebody keeping you warm, but they won't stick around, 'cause it's getting cold. Right as you start to weep, I'll be aware of the torture while deeply asleep. My worthy epitaph is something I've already written, but you, my sweet dear, are illiterate. We're some pretty pathetic people, you and I, always longing and dissatisfied. And I wouldn't say we're all that pretty. We're getting uglier as the seconds die. We have no friends or lovers. They are just cruel people who are craving what you're craving. It's a race of tension, and when the object of longing comes along, they'll kill you dead to caress it in their sad human arms. But don't listen to me, I'm a low-down liar. And right when you think you understand the meanings change.